Hi guys, it's Mama JoJon. And baby phone Charlotte is here and she sees the phone and really wants to watch Baby Shark. For those of you who are new to my channel, I am a single mom. I am paying off $55,600 of debt. And over the last year and a half while I have been paying off debt, I have learned how to live pretty frugally. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, here in the United States, we are entering a meat shortage. A lot of stores in my state are beginning to limit the amount of meat that a family can purchase at one time while coming into their store. And because of this, I wanted to share the ways that I have kind of learned how to limit my meat usage and make the meat that I have go longer. The first thing I do, if possible, is I buy an entire large piece of meat, like an entire animal, a turkey, a chicken, a whole ham, a whole roast, a large piece of meat that's going to be more than one meal. There are a lot of things that you can do with this piece of meat once it's cooked. Of course, you can eat it that first night after it's been cooked, but after that, there's actually a lot of other ways that you can store it and utilize it to where you're not just having that same meal over and over again. If you have a deli slicer, awesome. This is one of the prime times to pull it out, but most people don't have a deli slicer. I didn't have a deli slicer, but what you can do is cut very thin slices of meat, kind of your own deli slicing. You can utilize those pieces of meat in sandwiches, wraps, things of the like. You can also, with the rest of the meat, either cut it into cubes or shred it up really finely and store it in freezer bags or just plastic bags that you've squeezed the air out of really good and have those in your freezer. It can be pulled out to be added to casseroles, salads, omelets. They can be mixed into a variety of different meals. If you have bones left over from the animals, you can actually still make your own stocks that you can later use in soups. So you can take those bones, boil them in water. Online, there's recipes for the different types of bones that you're using, whether it's chicken, beef, ham, anything like that, and you can learn how to create the stock from it. Of course, I can't really go over the recipes in this video, but just a tip that that's something you can look into and another way that you can utilize your meat and just make it go a little further. It'd be great for using in soups, but also gravies later on. Ground meat in my area is like a huge thing. Everyone in the Midwest really seems to eat ground beef, and that is one of the things that we're coming into a shortage with. So if you use ground meat a lot in casseroles, spaghetti, hamburgers, just meals in general, my tip that I've used in the past that's really helped ground meat go a long way is to use half the recommended amount of ground meat in that recipe. If you're making a meaty spaghetti sauce and it calls for a pound, use half a pound. Still gonna get the taste that you're craving, but it's going to make that meat go a significantly longer way. In terms of frugality, it also means that you're using the most expensive ingredient the least. So all of the noodles, which are way cheaper, taking up more of the space and is filling you up more and leaves room for that meat to be used later on. Don't be afraid of frozen meat. If all of the fresh meat in your area is gone, still look at frozen items. Frozen meat is also often cheaper than fresh meat. So it is another way where you can just save a little bit of money, which I know a lot of people are really trying to do at this time. So don't be afraid to freeze meat yourself. Any leftovers that you have, you used a half a pound in that recipe that I was telling you about earlier. Now you have a half a pound left. Put it in the freezer, save it for a later date. Don't be afraid of freezer meats. Do they always taste as good as fresh meat? No, but they can absolutely still be utilized, and freezer meats especially are great in casseroles because you're not really tasting them full frontal anyways. They're being mixed with a lot of other ingredients, so just throw them in a casserole. And these are my few quick, easy ways to make your meat go a little bit longer. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.